today is moon base. We are mentioning about traveling out from the Earth to see the outskirts of the galaxy. But are we actually a part of it, or were we? It's estimated by NASA that it would be $40 billion spread over about a decade. The price is comparable to the ISS or the Germany's budget surplus in 2017. Not that big investment, really. If we start today, how will we build the moon base? History, colonization happened in phases. In the first phase of the age of exploration, European people funded expeditions to chart and discover and stake their claims. They planted a flag and set up a camp, but they didn't stay. The second phase, small missions and settlements were founded, which depended on their home country for goods and supplies. Some failed, but others survived and established a good phase 2. Only then a true calling was made in the phase 3, creating a new world from themselves and their families, sending goods and resources back to their country. When we colonize the moon, we'll go to the same 3 phases, without murdering the same people in the process. The moon is not a welcome place for human beings. A moon day lasts rain and Earth days. But the difference of 300 degrees between sunlight and shade. There is no atmosphere to form meteorites or cosmic radiation from the sun. And the moon is filled with nasty, jagged dust. The moon is hard, but we're good in doing hard things. In the first phase of lunar colonization, astronauts from the Earth planted a flag on the moon. This was done 60 years ago during the Apollo missions. Since the lunar American reconnaissance have mapped the moon, while robots like the Chinese U-2 have studied the composition of the lunar surface, looking for lunar ice and metals. Phase 1 is more or less complete. We know what we need to know to enter Phase 2. In Phase 2, astronauts will build the first moon base, and this could begin today. The first moon base could be finished in a decade. The base will be light, with crews more than 12 and may be deployed somewhere with natural shelter. Options include caves or craters near the poles where days are 6 months long. These astronauts won't stay long. The habitat is being abandoned as solar panels cannot generate electricity during the lunar night. But they'll do the groundwork to enable humans to stay permanently. Our first crew will consist of scientists and engineers who will study the composition of the lunar surface and use experiments to explore ways to use the lunar materials. Say, purifying lunar ice and turning it into water for human use. And water is now important for far more than drinking. They can experiment on plants for food. We can use the hydroelectricity to make lamps so astronauts can work at night time. It can be also split into hydrogen and oxygen for fuel. Hydrogen can be used to send rockets to Mars and beyond. The satellites can also be refueled, which came from Earth. Compared to the Earth, it's much more easier and cheaper to get things off the ground. Colonizing Mars may mean starting from the moon. Now private contractors arrive, looking for lunar rich-earth materials and support services. They can extract precious metals for their use. As rocket fuel is making the environment unsustainable on Earth, so we can mine the lunar rocks and make it into helium-3, which Chinese are far looking into. We can send the helium-3 back to Earth, providing us with clean and sufficient energy. Our base will begin using lunar materials and its construction projects if it needs to continue growing. Fortunately, lunar surface has all the necessary ingredients to make concrete. Robotic mining rigs can shift the lunar dust and lunar molecules and build huge structures way too massive to be bought from Earth. While advancing 3D printing will make it possible to produce almost everything which crews need. Summary: the moon is a sandbox to learn how to colonize the solar system and the perfect project to unify a nation and only a way guarantee of survival of species if something tragic happens on Earth. If we ever want to colonize the Milky Way, we have to start somewhere. So why not start there? Why not start now? Thank you.